What's up guys, Damon here, 1, 2, and 2, and it's underrated card day. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but I actually got the surgery on my hand here, as you can see, for my carpal tunnel, so going forward I should actually be able to start getting really good and posting more consistent videos, assuming that the surgery works and my hand's back up to normal within a couple of weeks. According to my doctor, it takes an entire year for you to be 100% to figure out how good the surgery worked, but I can at least use the hand now and it not be a total crapshoot, so I should be able to at least start getting you guys 2-3 videos a week, and the stream, and maybe a bonus vid depending on if these are short or the editing's not too intense. But so I'm gonna come back kind of part-time here until I figure out exactly how much I can do before I want to rip the damn thing off my arm, so sure. And I figured I'd start with an easy video, and then it's going to be my underrated card for Ghost Bird of Bewitchment. This card came out in Extreme Force, and I haven't really seen anyone talk about it, even though it's actually one of my favorite cards in the set, even though it's only a rare, mostly because it's just so incredibly strange. This is a level 4 Dark Wing Beast with 1300 attack and 1500 defense. And its effect reads, this card's effect changes depending on what column you place it in. In the leftmost column, assuming your left, not your opponent's left, this card gains 1000 attack and defense, which means if you play it all the way over at your my right, your whatever. If you play it all the way over at your left in the leftmost column, this thing is a 2300, 2500 attack defense spread level 4 normal summon. Now let's be real, a big beater isn't as good as it used to be, but a normal summon that's over 2k cannot be ignored simply because there are situations where things like the Ginlock and Totally Awesome and Naturia Beast, floodgate type style things where you just don't have a way of normal summoning your way out of it without activating an effect. So this is actually kind of handy. In the other side, the rightmost column, this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each of its battle phase. Okay, this effect isn't super relevant, who really cares, but with the Moon Mirror Shield, this could help you clear a board, but I just think what's cool about this effect is that this gives the card a little bit bonus utility when you need to try to clear monsters off the board, then maybe battle is your only option. Placing this thing right in the center column, your opponent can't destroy this or target this with card effect. Hey, that's not bad. You know, monsters that can't be easily gotten rid of are always good in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because your opponent's gonna have to do some shenanigans and waste a bunch of resources and need to work around them. Like, what's your opponent gonna do? Kaiju this thing? What a stupid thing to have to do. So that center column is a neat option if it is the right play for the time. But it's the last effect is the one that I really care about. The other columns, which would be the second to the right and second to left, so the ones that are in line with the extra monster zones, monsters in this column cannot activate their effects. Whoa, what? If your opponent has Totally Awesome, or Vortex Dragon, or Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, something that has a negate, you can just slap this thing down on the column, and because this isn't activated in effect, they can't chain their monster's effect to it and negate the effect. It's kind of like Denko Sekka, where you can't chain a trap to summon a Denko Sekka unless you're physically negating the summon, because as soon as this thing hits the board, that is no longer an option because it's a continuous lingering effect. Obviously, there's that Spirit Monster, Iwata or Imawata or whatever the hell it's called, which is probably better because that's a normal summon that blanket, no matter where you put it, keeps monsters from activating their effects. But I like this card simply because the monsters in the extra zone are probably the ones that you're going to want to be negating. Plus, hey, if they are like Link summoning and they have a monster like a Link Kuriboh and then they have something below it like a Firewall Dragon, this is going to like, it's going to get 2 monsters for the price of 1. And unlike the Spirit Monster, this stays on the field, and because it changes its effect depending on what column you put it in, there you can do other stuff with it if the situation arises. Is the card really good? No, pretty bad, but I at least think it's kind of interesting, and it might be one of those cards that comes up later down the road that has just really good utility for the situation. Like, for instance, if we have like a Ginlock style format where this one deck just keeps making this dumb combo and you just need to have maybe a searchable option and your deck can happen to get this. It's just one of those situations where this just kind of comes up and it's randomly good because it's got one of those kind of really obscure, strange effects that seem to happen every once in a while. They just become a otherwise bad card becoming good because it has some, just does something weird. So I would keep a playset of this lying around just in case, because, you know, no one's gonna have the damn thing, so if it ever becomes good, it would probably get kind of pricey because no one's gonna be keeping these things. So it's just something to watch out for. I think it's actually kind of cool. So I guess that was the card I want to talk about. I think Ghost Bird of Bewitchment. You know, I didn't mention it, the artwork's kind of cool too. I think it's kind of a cool card, and I'm actually curious to see if anyone does anything with it. So that was my first video back. I hope the editing goes well, and if my thumbnail looks like garbage, it's because That's like the last thing I do when I post a video is I post it, I upload it, I put it on private, make the thumbnail, and then do the end card stuff. So the thumbnail is like the last thing. So if I'm beat up by that point, screw it. But remember guys, if you don't stroll the meadow will, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow or the next day for another video. You know, all withholding.
The Destiny board tells me that you should subscribe to the channel, or you could watch some of these other videos. Now excuse me, my Millennium Ring has detected another Millennium item. Oh, it's just Merrick.
Okora, did you remember to get milk? We're out of milk. This milk is bad. It was terrible.